people in their camps. Read peace to the true biblical Hebrew Israelites. Listen up. Stop following those camps. Stop following those self-made street scholars that are preaching to our people that because you're from a region that you are also a descendant of Israel. They have white people in their camps reading, thinking that they are a part of Israel. They're not. Abba Bivens and Ben Naphtali confessed to creating that 12 chart in the late 60s. He confessed before he died. He said they wanted to make money off their Tanakh school. Stop preaching to these people. Why do you think the so-called white man has not shut you guys down or killed one of you guys on the streets already? Or arrest you guys by the mass? It's because you are teaching lies. It's because you are telling these same white people that they can integrate with us. You're teaching them that they are also Israel. That's why they didn't shut down your businesses yet. You self-made street scholars have to stop. Yahuwah said he's not the author of confusion. You're preaching that Africans are not us. We're not them. They're not us. If slavery was not abolished, where do you think they would go back and get more slaves? Where? To that dry desert piece of land called Israel? They named it Israel on May 14, 1948. You think Yahuwah in his infinite love for Israel would give 12 tribes that dry desert piece of corner in Mount Seir? Stop preaching to our people these lies. I mean, get your hustle going on with the Bible, but goddamn, stop preaching to these people. These white Puerto Ricans, white Cubans, white Venezuelan, white Colombian, white Mexican. Stop preaching to these people that they are us. All you so-called self-made scholars, you streets hustlers.
Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shah, Barakatah Abanawa Yahweh, Hamashiach, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rahak HaKadash. Double honors and salutations to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom to you Akim and Aqua, also you children that believe on this word. Shalom to the speckled bird that's scattered around the four corners of the globe. It's your brother Kalak Hart come back at you with another video. And all the brothers have touched on this out of place woman, talking about the 12 tribe sign. And she don't get it. She don't understand. She's claiming that white people, the only reason why the police ain't came through these groups is because we're teaching lies. The Hebrew Israelites are teaching lies. The camps, the street scholars are teaching lies. Well, you're teaching a lie because you don't understand the breakdowns. You don't understand the breakdown of Amos. What is the 7th chapter? You don't understand that Genesis 49. You don't understand Ezekiel the 37th chapter. And Lord willing, we can get up on those stands. I'm just going through the spirit. But, the Lord is going to, especially you proud, you proud women. Let's go to Isaiah the 2nd chapter. Isaiah 2 and I'm going to start at 11. Or let me start at 10. Isaiah 2 and 10, it says, "Enter into the rock and hide thee in the dust for the fear of the Lord and for the glory of his majesty. The lofty looks of man shall be humbled, and the haughtiness of man shall be bowed down, and the Lord alone shall be exalted in that day. For the day of the Lord of hosts," here's the point, verse 12, it says, "For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and he shall be brought low." And that goes to these proud, you men, women that's coming against this truth, this understanding. saying that it don't matter that you got black, white people in it, and you telling these heathens that they can be they're Israel. And well, that's proud. You're proud, and the Lord gonna deal with you for being proud like that. You know, if you had a man, which I've actually, as a matter of fact, she also said that get your hustle on the Bible when she's out there selling fringes and stuff. You know, this is not a merchandise. You're not supposed to make the Lord's house to merchandise. This truth, this understanding of merchandise. You're not supposed to. But turn around and said that Abba Vivens and Ben Naphtali made the chart just for lucrative gain. They made that chart to gain money. Well, there's no account of that. There's no receipt of that. You didn't bring that out. You didn't prove. The Bible says prove all things. You know, the Bible says prove all things. So she didn't prove that. She just brought it out of the side of her neck. Very emotional. And that's, you women these days, you're very emotional. You think with your emotions, that's the way the Lord made you. So if something rubs you wrong, you're going to automatically go to your emotions. You're not going to sit there and think about it, because your emotions is going to take over. But like I said, I'm going to read that again. For the day of the Lord of hosts shall be upon everyone that is proud and lofty, and upon everyone that is lifted up, and shall be brought low. So when the Lord comes back, all this mess these people have been talking and scoffing and mocking and going against the grain, being revilers, going against the prophets and whatnot, you will be brought low. Let's get, as you said, that the Israelites, we're saying that Israelites are not in Africa, or they're not Israelites. Well, we never teach that. See, that's the confusion. That's why another thing that you can't come together with these camps, because they got different doctrines. Because this is the level of confusion that's out in the world of Israel today, in the cosmos of Israel. People are confused because they jump around and they hear these different doctrines, and they get confused instead of just staying on point with one group. There's plenty of groups out there, plenty, and they all have different doctrines. So we all can't come together because it would not come together, or would not be on the same accord. We just won't. This is Deuteronomy 28:64, and the Lord shall scatter thee among all the people. What? All people. Among all people. So exactly, what is she talking about? Right? We can stop it right there. The Lord shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even to the other. And there shall thy serve other gods, which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone. And if you look around the world, you got statues of wood and stone, porcelain, made out of all types of stuff that can't breathe, can't eat, can't wipe, brush the dust off them. Somebody got to do it. It was made by somebody's hands, But taking it back to the Lord shall scatter thee among all people. So the Israelites were scattered among all people in the world. So if the Israelites were scattered throughout all people, the Father lays the seed. When the fathers were scattered throughout these lands, what do you think they did? You think they just said, nope, I gotta be with an Israelite woman. I'm only gonna be. No, they spreaded their seed around. They spreaded their seed around the whole world. The Israelites did. Around the whole world. And what happened when they did that? You brought forth children from other nations. And then they brought forth children. And then they brought forth children with the same people of that nation. And they came out looking differently than other people. Look at, let's look it up real quick. Patrick Mahomes' family. So yeah. There's a picture right here. Now, Pat Mahomes is an Israelite. Those two babies there are Israelites, but look what they look like. They look white. She might be an Israelite too. She just white because look how strong those genes are. You know. Pat had a so-called white mom, and now he got a white wife, and he got children that look white. But we know Pat is an Israelite. Look at his dad. Look at his dad. They're Israelites, man. So again, what if this baby had the chance to grow up and start holding the Bible and preaching out the Bible? Would he be considered? Nah, he shouldn't be in Israel. That's why you women, you got to be quiet because you don't understand. You don't know what you're talking about. The Lord is dealing with man anyway. I think it's Salakia. Is it 22? Salakia, give me a second. Yeah, it was 21:3. Salakia. I went straight to it too. Revelation 21:3. I'm going to get to the point. It says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High himself shall be with them, and be their power." So the tabernacle is with men. The Lord chose men, The Lord, when he deals with something, if he didn't, why wasn't one of the 12 a woman? If the women have visions, they can come out with stuff, but they're not teachers. The only person you're supposed to teach is your offsprings at home. This is Titus, the 2nd chapter. It says, "But speak thou the things which become sound doctrine." Titus 2:1. Titus 2:2, it says, "That the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, and patience." Verse 3, it says, "The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becoming for holiness, not false accusers, not given to much wine, teachers of good things, that they may teach the young women to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of the Most High be not blasphemed." Now, we are living in a different time. We're living in the modern age, so the modern woman will look at this and say, "Oh, you're just trying to oppress me," or "No, we're looking out for you." Because we know the terrors of the Most High. We know how the Most High get down. So we're not telling you this just for our benefit. We're telling you because that's what the Lord wants. Remember, the man is the head of the woman anyway. Is it 14? Or is it 11? I think it's 11. Yeah, I'm going to start at the top. 1 Corinthians 11:1. "Be ye followers of me, even as I am so of Hamashiach." And this Apostle Paul saying, "Be followers of me, even though I am a follower of Hamashiach. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinance as I delivered them to you. But I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High." I'm going to read that again. it says, but I will have you know that the head of every man is Hamashiach, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Hamashiach is the Most High. I'm gonna jump down here. No, let's just read it. Every man praying or prophesying having his head covered is a dishonor to his head. So that side note, Sakari, you want to go out there on the highways and byways and preach with your head covered. That's going off. You're not supposed to have your head covered when you pray or when you prophesy. You can have on a bandana or like a scarf that goes around your head, but the top of your head, it should not be covered. Every woman that prayeth or prophesied with her head uncovered is to dishonor her head, for that is even all one as she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if she be ashamed for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. So the woman should have her head covered. You see it, the woman in the video, her head is covered, probably covered too tight. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image of the Most High, the image and glory of the Most High, but the woman is the glory of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. And that goes into, how do you think women got here? They had to came out of man's nutsack. Not no women was asexual and they produced people on their own and everybody came out one black woman in Africa. That's not true. That's a false doctrine. That's what Esau wants you to think. That was here for millions of years and we all came out of some black woman in Africa, so-called black woman in Africa. That's why these jakes out here are bugged out over Egypt. They bugged out over Africa. They bugged out over all of this stuff. When the mother of us all is Jerusalem. Galatians 4 and 22 or 23 or something around there. As for next verse 9, it says, neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man. The woman was created for the man. Like I said, we live in opposite times now. That's why you see so much is going on, because everything is out of whack. Everything is out of order. You got a base man that's ruling the earth right now. Took the laws and changed them and did everything he wanted to do with them. You got the women thinking they should be something that they're not. You got all, it's just it's total chaos. It's total chaos. That's why the Lord had to come back. That's why all of this stuff is happening in the world. Climate change, wars, uprising of the people, confusion on the earth. End times, just end time prophecy. End time prophecy. For this cause, the woman have power over her head because of the angels. Nevertheless, neither is the man without the woman, neither is the woman without the man in the Lord. For as the woman is of the man, even so the man is by the woman. But all things are the Most High. So, even in those statements, it tells you that there's a balance. There's a balance. Certain things man can't do, certain things woman can't do that a man can do, and certain things a man can't do that a woman can do. It's that balance. It's how to live in harmony and balance. And teaching is not one of the things a woman should be doing. She should not be teaching people out the Bible. That's the man's job. Let's go to the Lamentations 4. I'm going to highlight it. Lamentations 4 and 2, the precious sons of Zion. Who? The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold. How are they esteemed as earthly pictures? The work of the hands of the potter. The Lord made these Israelites, us Israelites, man. How they are esteemed as earthly pictures. Who made those? The hands of the potter. That's the Lord, Yahweh. The precious sons of Zion are compared to fine gold. So we're comparable to fine gold. We might be a worm in the earth right now, but we're rich. We're rich. We're rich. Now, she also said that The name of the Heavenly Father is Yahuwah. See, another thing, that's a confusion in itself. There's no U's in Paleo Hebrew. There's no U's. So how could you get Yahuwah out of that? You got Abba, Gada, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Za, Ya, Ka. Can't see the other ones right now, but that's just the start of the. But there's no U's, no J's, no E's, no V's, and no O's in the Paleo Hebrew, in the Lashawan Kadash, 1200 BC. 1200 BC. So Yahuwah can't be the name, and it's simple. If you look this stuff up, if you look up the Assyrian script, it will show you the same thing. It will show you the same thing. So again, these people with Ahuah and Ahiah and Jehovah and Emmanuel and all this, and people argue with you about the names. Like, it's not that important. It's just a name. Yes, it is important. If you go to a job site and your name is Mark and they calling you Dark, you're going to be like, yo, my name is not Dark, it's Mark. It's simple. It's very simple. But, she also mentioned about the white people in the camps. Well, have you read 1 Samuel 16:7? It says, but the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance. Don't look at his face or the height of his stature. Don't look how tall he is. Because I have refused him. For the Lord saith not as man saith, for the man looketh upon the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh upon the heart. So there you go. The Lord looketh upon the heart, which is the spirit. The Lord tries the spirit. How do we know? Romans 8:16, it says, the Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. So it's spirit. You got to try people's spirit. You can't just look on people and just say, oh, you don't look like me, so you're not me. That makes any sense? That don't make any sense. And then she also mentioned that the reason why they haven't burnt down or arrested or mass arrested because we're lying. Well, lady, you forgot that America is, you have a freedom of speech. You can speak whatever you want. If it was really making a lot of nuisance, then they would try to shut us up. But it's not, because the Lord got 2/3 of his people blinded already. 2/3 of his people are blinded. It's in the book of Romans. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not attained which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded. According to as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes they should not see, and ears they should not hear unto this day. So the Lord is blinding people on purpose, So it's not going to be a large number when it comes to this ministry, when it comes to this truth. Yes, you got Israel waking up as prophesied in the book of Ezekiel, the 37th chapter. But not all of Israel is going to wake up to this knowledge. They're going to know they're Israelite, but they're not going to heed to this word. So you're not going to have a overflux of Israelites trying to bring out this truth and bring out this knowledge. You're going to have a bunch of confused Israelites. You're going to have a bunch of confused groups, and that's going to be one truth. And only a small multitude of people that's following in that truth. So you're not going to have a lot. So the government is like, look, they saying this over here, they saying that. It's just them looking at it is just they're confused too. If you ask me, they're confused too. They're like, well, they're saying this and that's not right, and they're saying this, but they know who have the 100% truth. They know that. Zechariah 13:8, it should come to pass that all in the land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the 3rd part shall be left therein, and I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them, and I will say as my people, and they shall say the Lord is my power. So 2/3 will be left here and fried, deep fried, liquidated, like the apostle Gabar says, referring back to another apostle, said, "You're gonna be liquidated. You're gonna be liquidated, a besom, a sweeping agent. Fire and brimstone will sweep the land." That's a future prophecy. That's gonna happen. That's gonna come to pass. You know, that's gonna come to pass. But like I was saying, she said, you know, the Israelite foreigners, and they're not Israel just because they're from a region. Well, if we go to Genesis 49, and the apostle was talking about this earlier, if you was to go through all of these, you know, you would somehow, some way, link them to the Israelites today. Like, so Genesis 49, the heading says Israel's prophecy concerning his sons. So Jacob's prophecy concerning his sons. And if it start off as and Jacob called unto his sons and said, "Gather yourselves together, I may tell you that which shall befall you in the last days." So this is Jacob saying, "Yo, 12, come here. I gotta tell y'all something. Before I leave off this earth, I'm going to tell you where you're going to be dwelling at in these last days." Now, it says, "Gather yourselves together, and hear, ye sons of Jacob, and hearken unto Israel your father." Now, you can go through it. Let's just pick out some of the notable ones. It says, "Reuben, my firstborn." We can read Judah. It says Judah 9, Genesis 49 and 9. It says, "Judah is a lion's whelp from the prey. My son, thou art gone up. He stood down. He crouched as a lion, as an old lion. Who shall rouse him up?" And that, remember that just recently, that video of the judge, the brother jumping over the judge to attack the judge. Well, this can be linked to that. You know, the scepter should not depart from Judah, and a lawgiver between his feet until Shiloh come. Who is Shiloh? That's talking about Yahushua. The scepter should not depart from Judah. We go to 13. "Zebulun shall dwell in the haven of ships, and shall be a haven of ships, and his borders shall be unto Zidon." Now, Zebulun is talking about Guatemala to Panama. Guatemala to Panama. So from Guatemala to Panama, is the Panama Canal is not a haven for ships. You got it to get from the east to the west without going all the way around South America. You can go through Panama and cut right through and get through faster than going all the way around of South America. You know, so that's one thing. 19, it says, "Gad, a troop shall overcome him, but he shall overcome at the last." And who is this troop? That's those British those soldiers coming on, the colonizers coming over to the land of Americas and taking over the land of Americas. The troop shall overcome him. The tribe of Gad, the North American Indian man, the Native American man, so-called Native American man, his land was taken from this troop. But at the end, when our salvation comes, we're going to overcome at the end. You know? And like I said, if you was to go through all of these and break them down, you'll figure it out. You'll see. Even Issachar is a strong ass crouching between two burdens. Now, the Mexican flag, or I wouldn't say the Mexican flag, in Mexico, they always portray that donkey. You know, that donkey with two 2 bags over them. That's the same thing it's talking about here. 2 burdens. Crouched down is a strong ass. A strong ass is a donkey. I keep reading the verse 15. And he saw the rest was good, and the land that is was pleasant, and bowed his shoulders to bear, and became a servant unto tribute. Became a servant. Now, Mexicans can work hard as fuck. They'll do the most crazy, the most, hard-working jobs, and they won't stop. But when it's time to rest, they rest. But they'll work and work and work and work and work. Any job. They'll do any those cleaning jobs, those roofing jobs, all those type of jobs. Issachar, right, so-called Mexican today will do it. They'll be out there hot as hell, cutting grass, laying. I remember in our house, back in our house, my mom had some Mexicans lay down tile in our house. They did it so fast, they did it perfectly, and they didn't charge much. And they did it, they did it fast, and they worked for like 16, 17 hours straight, on a 3-day project, and was able to get it done. That's the type of people they are, and that's what it says here, so, I'm gonna stop there. I hope you was edified. I hope you got something out of this. Hope to see you on the next video. Lord willing, shalom.